Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us. An Osprey woman is in custody and faces multiple charges of aggravated assault after authorities say she treated Sarasota crew members and threatened them with a rifle.
The incident happened at about 5:30 Monday afternoon during the team's practice at Spanish Point in Osprey. ABC 7's Kate Flexter joins us now with the latest details on this investigation. Kate.
Thanks, guys. Authorities arrested Donna Betts this morning, and coaches told deputies this is not the first time something like this has happened with this same woman.
Spanish Point in Osprey is home to Sarasota Crew, training rowers from elementary school to high school and beyond. But on Monday, authorities say that quiet spot became the center of a tense moment. The report from the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says rowers were getting into the water with their boats when 62-year-old Donna Betts appeared on her dock with a Winchester rifle in hand. Betts is the wife of guitarist for the Allman Brothers band, Dickie Betts. The report says she began threatening to shoot the different crew members and coaches if they came on her property. The incident was captured on a cell phone video and the rifle was recovered. Deputies arrested Betts Monday and she now faces 18 separate charges of aggravated assault with a firearm. In an email sent to parents, Sarasota Crew's head coach and executive director Casey Galvanic tells parents, quote, "First and foremost, the safety of our athletes is our #1 priority." The Conservation Foundation of the Gulf Coast, which owns the property, echoed that sentiment, saying, quote, "The security and safety of our park and all of the people enjoying it is our top concern."
Of course, it's scary and tragic.
At the nearby Sarasota Scholars Club, Treasurer Rita Ferrandino says she was shocked.
We've had kids out here on the water for 25 years. So to hear of something like this, of course, our hearts and our prayers go out to anybody who was involved in this tragedy.
She stresses the importance of safety on the water.
From the minute those kids arrive at the boatyard to the minute that they're picked up, they are in our care. So it's very critical that we have strong policies around all of that safety.
Coaches have had several similar incidents with Betts in the past. Back to you guys.
All right, Kate, thank you. A giant hole is taking over a parking lot in a South Bradenton shopping center. The hole sits in the southeast corner of Cortez Plaza East, and shop owners say it's been there for the last year. It gets larger every time it rains and is now taking over several handicap parking spots. Public safety officials say the underground drainage system caused the massive hole. It's something Manatee County officials say they are keeping an eye on, but since the lot is privately owned, it's up to the shopping center's management company, Franklin Street, to make the repairs.
We've been here 40 years. Our location, our name is well known in the county. I've considered moving to a different location, but it's just not who we are. I hate to see such a beautiful plaza that's always been nice and thriving start to go downhill and really start to look dumpy.
We reached out to the management company several times today and did not hear back. Manatee County officials say the company, though, is working to get permits in order to fix that parking lot. And no rain around the area to affect it today, huh?
Definitely not, but hopefully some in the forecast. We do need it. Let's head over to Bob.
Yeah, no problems right now with the weather. Perfect out there on the spring day. High pressure continues to anchor off the east coast of Florida right now, kind of blocking any kind of weather coming our way. But this high will eventually give way to a storm system, which is now developing over the southern plain states, causing all sorts of problems there with tornadoes. Now for us, we're high and dry. We have this nice easterly wind, and when that happens, we get this flow that really warms us up inland. But with a sea breeze developing in the afternoon, it keeps things a bit cooler right near the coast within a few miles of that sea breeze. Currently at the airport, it's nice, clear skies right now, 76. Dew point is at 64, winds out of the west at 12. The pressure holding steady now, 29.98 inches, and high pressure will dominate our weather through this evening and tomorrow. Look for clear skies through the night, and temperatures still a little bit above average. More in the forecast and let you know about those rain chances, which will be increasing for Friday in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Several Democratic lawmakers and groups are in Tallahassee to discuss opposing a series of immigration-related bills in the state legislature. Several dozen activists are opposing a bill that would increase penalties for undocumented immigrants who commit types of violent crimes. And they're against another that would punish so-called sanctuary cities, which do not enforce federal deportation orders. One state representative says immigrants are important to the state economy, and he hopes the bills do not become law.
When we talk about tourism, the hotels, the restaurants, the taxi cab drivers. Guess who's operating most of these businesses? Guess who's working in most of these businesses?
In addition to opposing several bills, the group is also supporting legislation that would allow illegal immigrants to get state-issued driver's licenses, as well as in-state tuition for graduate school.
Now to an update on a story we first brought you 2 weeks ago. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office raided a home in Laurel and rescued 14 dogs. The owner was arrested on charges of animal neglect. The dogs were all sent to different local animal shelters to recover. Sadly, one dog did have to be put down after it exhibited violent behavior. The rest of the dogs, though, have been recovering, and several are now ready for adoption.
They were emaciated, had hooks, parasites, and they really needed a lot of love and medical care. Dogs are resilient. They're more resilient than humans. You know, it's impressive how resilient they are, and we have a lot to learn from these animals.
The dogs are available for adoption at the Sarasota County Animal Services or the Sarasota Humane Society. Suncoast transportation officials are responding to a recent report about bike and pedestrian safety in Sarasota and Manatee counties. Both counties were recently listed as among the most at risk for pedestrians and bicyclists in the state. Both have more injuries and fatalities than the state average. In response to that report, the Sarasota Manatee Metropolitan Planning Organization is requesting funding from the Florida Department of Transportation. These funds will be used for a roadway safety audit, specifically targeting these high-risk locations. MPO officials say 1 out of every 3 crashes on the Suncoast involves an elderly person. A pedestrian safety action plan is also being considered.
Well, still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, more changes coming to the DeSoto Square Mall in Bradenton. Why the mall's new owners believe a big renovation will bring in more shoppers.
And Sarasota County taking an extra step to restore natural resources and help wildlife.
It took a lot of work and dedication for 7 teachers to start our credit union and create a foundation that we continue to build on today. At Achieva, we never lose sight of the values that have defined us for over 75 years, and that's good to know. Achieva, banking for good.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend.
Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
Fun for the whole family. The 25th Annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, benefiting special athletes of Sarasota County. Fossil vendors, arts and crafts, food, children's games, and live entertainment. With headliners, the Gator Creek Band on Friday night, Rockin' Rogues, Kim Betts, Glass Onion, Kettle of Fish, Paisley Craze, and the Boogeymen. Admission $4. Children 12 and under free. Parking is free. The annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, April 7th, 8th, and 9th at the Venice Airport Festival grounds.
Welcome to the White Buffalo Saloon, where you can dine, drink, and dance the night away. Now introducing a new menu and daily happy hours. Oh, and we also cater and deliver. The White Buffalo Saloon, Sarasota's hottest country dance venue.
It took a lot of work and dedication for 7 teachers to start our credit union and create a foundation that we continue to build on today. At Achieva, we never lose sight of the values that have defined us for over 75 years, and that's good to know. Achieva, banking for good.
After years of uncertainty, the DeSoto Square Mall came under new ownership at the end of last year.
And today, news that the company is planning to invest millions of dollars to bring the struggling retail center back to life. ABC 7's Bobeth Yates has the details.
Right now, the parking lot of the DeSoto Square Mall is virtually empty, but the new management says they're committed to bringing in stores that will keep this area packed.
That's exciting because the only thing I've been able to use has been JCPenney's, and I was concerned about that going under. So this is a good thing.
Madison Properties USA LLC purchased the DeSoto Square Mall and have announced plans to renovate the more than 600,000 square feet facility. The organization says talks are underway to bring in a national movie chain with premium seating, as well as several new food court providers, 3 new sit-down restaurants, and additional stores, as well as a massive renovation overhaul.
We have in place a $7 million plus budget to be spent on this first phase of our renovation. We are long-term players in that we don't flip the malls, we don't buy them to flip, we buy them as investments to keep long-term.
News that has many residents celebrating.
New jobs, more people can buy things, and this move the economy.
I actually think it's great. It's really, really good for the community, and it'll give us several options for shopping.
And while Madison officials have not yet released details about which stores they will bring into the mall, some residents we spoke to say they already have ideas of what they want to see.
We don't have a Costco except in St. Pete and South Sarasota, and it's the perfect location, and everybody loves to shop at Costco. So if you want to make it a success, do something that the common person wants.
Officials from the new management company say they will host an open house that will detail some of the changes that are to come. Bobeth Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Bobeth.
There's a chance of rain later in the week. Find out more on that right after this with your forecast.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend.
Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
But is it? It's really just the beginning, right? Have you written a book and want it published but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page Publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face, like copyright protection, barcodes, printing, and digital uploading. We will get your book into bookstores now. We guide you through the publishing maze and help you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right, we will digitize and place your book for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Google, offering bring it to millions. Don't waste another minute. Most publishers won't even look at new author submissions, but we're different. We review your book and provide you feedback in about a week. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, our team gets you into bookstores fast.
Call for your free author submission kit at 800-425-5308.
Bob told us earlier it was near 90, right,
Yeah.
inland?
Wow.
Arcadia, 89 degrees, but you wouldn't know that if you're on Siesta Key.
That's
or
where you gotta be, I guess.
It looks like Braden Beach also, upper 70s there. And that's a result of that nice sea breeze. It's always a great time. Now, during the summer, when the water temperature is 90, the sea breeze really doesn't do a
Right.
whole lot.
No, it does
Just brings the
not.
humidity up, right?
Yeah.
But it's nice this time of year. Well, we had some interesting things happening at the beach. This is at the North Jetty. This photo just sent in to Pix, P-I-X, at mysuncoast.com. Looks like an oil slick, doesn't it? That's all bait, and I had some video too of the bait just packing up right along the coast there and right along the beaches. And that's good news for anglers because the bait, there's usually a lot of big fish following it, and there has been a lot of good fish caught recently with a photo sent in of a lot of snook lately. Van Wezel webcam showing fair skies throughout the day today. Lots of sunshine, temperatures, as I mentioned, upper 80s to near 90 degrees inland areas. Pleasant through Thursday. Rain comes late Friday now. The rain chances are starting to increase somewhat. And clearing for the weekend. It should get out of here on Saturday morning and then should make for some nice conditions on Saturday and Sunday. Right now, we have an area of high pressure off the coast here, and this area of high pressure continues to dominate our weather. It's also providing a lot of moisture into this cold front now, which is producing tornadoes across Texas, mainly right now in Oklahoma. We're seeing that easterly wind and then that sea breeze developing in the afternoon. The fire index, or the Keach-Bryan index, is indicating high numbers, 500 or above for the Suncoast, and we could really use the rainfall. We're going to get some on Friday, not everyone, but we're going to get some showers around. Then we'll get another chance late Monday and into Tuesday of next week. 76 right now. Dew point is at 64. Winds comfortable out of the west at 12 miles an hour. The high today was just 1 degree above average, and so was the low at 60. 59 is our average low, the record low at 40. Rainfall deficit continues to run high up and down west central Florida right now. We're nearing 6 inches. Temperatures around the area a little bit cooler in Holmes Beach and in Whitney Beach, Longboat Key. 76 in Palmyra, Waterleaf at 79 degrees, and 78 Lake Sarasota. Osprey, you're at the 78 degree reading, and Northport now 81 in Port Charlotte. Well, tomorrow's forecast looks pretty much like today. We'll have high temperatures warming into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees in the afternoon. Right near the coast within a couple of miles, there will still be some mid to upper 80s in places like Wauchula and also into Arcadia. Well, this is the storm system we're watching, which will eventually bring us a chance for showers. Now, there's a cold front with it, but it's not going to chill us out at all over the weekend. We will see, though, a better chance for showers and storms. What we're getting now are tornadoes. This is in Tornado Alley, stretching through the panhandle of Texas up into Oklahoma right now. And you can see these rough storms producing deadly tornadoes now. We're getting reports from an ABC affiliate into Texas that 2 tornado chasers were involved in an accident. And there are deaths associated with those tornado chasers. We haven't had any names on those, but nonetheless, there are a lot of them out there chasing these tornado warnings that are taking place now into central Texas. The area in yellow, severe thunderstorm watch, fire warning to the west of that. A tornado watch, meaning the possibility of tornadoes exists throughout central Texas. Right now, we have 3 separate tornado warnings taking place across north central Texas. This severe weather will not be for us, so we're going to see this system weaken as it approaches. It will bring us some showers and storms around, but we are not anticipating anything too rough. Temperatures right now in Boston, it's 39, Philly, 52, and right now 45 in Rapid City, Denver at 43 degrees, but much warmer into Dallas now at 70 or 81, 79 in Houston, and into Atlanta at 78 degrees. Jacksonville now at 83 degrees. The forecast for boaters shapes up to be pretty nice. Once again tomorrow, just a light chop out there. Seas running less than 2 feet. And the water temperature warming up 74. The UV index will be high at 10 tomorrow. And tides upcoming, low tide at 8:30 and another low tide at 8:37 tomorrow morning. Tonight, mostly fair warm, 62 for your low. Tomorrow, beaches will see a little bit cooler temperatures and then 82 for the high east of that. The extended forecast does call for breezy conditions to move in on Friday as the storm system approaches. The rain chance at 40% for some showers, mainly showers it looks like. Late Friday afternoon, Friday night, and then Saturday morning should clear out of here, make for a good weekend, and then we'll be back. Looks like some rain late Monday and through Tuesday. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Sarasota County taking the first step in restoring some natural systems. Phase 1 of the Donna Bay Watershed Restoration Project began today in Nokomis. The program consists of several projects aimed at restoring systems that were impacted more than 50 years ago during the construction of what's called Cowpen Slough. Right now, there's a freshwater inflow imbalance in the bay, which is making it difficult for several species to live in it.
What we're trying to do with this project and our future projects is to reestablish that natural salinity regime so that we have an ecosystem as it was intended to be.
This project is expected to cost about $12 million. It's been named Project of the Year by the Florida chapter of the American Public Works Association.
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up, we'll introduce you to the amazing Suncoast woman who's founder and editor-in-chief of 6 different magazines.
Tonight, a critical week at the White House. After being dealt a major setback on health care, can President Trump break through the blame game and get his agenda back on track? This is where America turns for answers. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
Well, with modern technology, many people choose to live here on the Suncoast while managing a career that reaches across the globe.
And why not? ABC7's Linda Carson introduces us to an amazing Suncoast woman whose magazines you can see on newsstands all across the world.
When you see these magazines on newsstands, you can see that they feature fascinating homes all over the country. You might never guess that they're all put together in the Sarasota home of this amazing woman, Fifi O'Neill. Fifi was born in Paris. After school, she moved to Switzerland and landed a newspaper job that required her to travel the world.
Writing about women and their different conditions in various countries.
Then heartbreak.
I was getting married in Switzerland and I was dumped at the altar.
So she headed off to vacation in Canada, and 3 weeks later,
silly girl that I was, I met a fellow in Vancouver, and he and I drove back to Montreal, and then we got married.
After a year and a half, she got divorced.
About a year after that, I got married again. And I lived in Winnipeg for 14 years with my husband, who also was the father of my children. I had 2 boys. And then after 14 years, we got divorced.
She moved to the States, got married again, and they moved to Sarasota. That marriage ended, but she found a new career at the Herald Tribune when she noticed the paper didn't have a garden section.
I did a section, all handwritten, cut out little pictures, glued them here and there, but I did it in the same format as the newspaper. And then I asked to meet with the editor.
He hired her on the spot, and that led to other jobs like writing for the New York Times feature department. She is founder and editor-in-chief of 6 magazines.
I do French country style and romantic country. And French country style is once a year. Romantic country is 4 times a year.
And for another company.
Style, boho style, rustic weddings, modern country.
She and her photographer shoot about 70 homes a year.
Work with the art directors on layouts, and basically create the whole thing.
She's also written 3 books, 1 cookbook, and her life lesson is?
Everything you do in your life, whether you realize it or not, comes back to you. And you gotta remember to always try to be nice to people.
Fifi's magazines take her all over the country, but nothing she enjoys more than walking into her own Sarasota home. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda.
Who knew?
Colorful life.
That's right. Very busy one, too.
All those magazines.
That's
right out of here.
That's a lot of magazines. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
Well, News Tonight with David Muir is next.
We'll see you tonight at 7.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Pickle Beats.
You keep going back to Pickle Beat. I want Ooh La La.
With unlimited colors to choose from, I knew we would find one they would agree on.
Ace is the place with the sienna rose color you love. Or pickled beets.
This one would be nice.
Maybe aged Bordeaux.
Don't miss the March Red Hot Buys on Roundup Weed and Grass Killer and Spectracide Fire Ant Killer. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
A unique celebration of a distinctive cultural gem in Sarasota. La Musica, the annual international festival of chamber music, with renowned musicians from 4 continents. April 3rd through April 12th at the Sarasota Opera House and at Sainer Pavilion. Buy your tickets now.
Attention sleep apnea sufferers. If you use CPAP therapy, if you have private insurance, or you're on a Medicare replacement plan, we may be able to help you get your CPAP supplies at little or no cost to you and free shipping. Most insurance companies allow a patient to get a new CPAP mask, cushion, filter, and tubing every 3 to 6 months to prevent respiratory infection and skin sores.
That's why you should call AmeriCare CPAP. Call 800-423-5457. That's 800-423-5457.